Hey there YouTube, it's Petey, and I'm making this video in celebration of a year of sobriety. I have quit drinking, and I figured I would do something in honor of this decision that I made and being successful of it, so that's what I'm doing here. Haven't been well lately. I've been sick and um, got back pain and then this stabbing pain in my side. So I'm looking forward to feeling a little healthier, maybe accomplishing some goals, getting some stuff done. That would be great. Um, I know in the past, like, couple of weeks, we did make music a little bit, and I felt better than I felt in a long time when we were doing that. I felt like a weight was lifted off of me while we were doing it, like it was just like everything was okay, you know. So it's really nice to have something like that, and that's really why I do what I do. It's not so much to show off or to make prove a point, you know. So a year of sobriety, you can't expect a ticker tape parade or people to care that you did the right thing that you should have been doing in the first place. And I can't overstate that more. Like, people really don't care. Actually, people would rather not hear about it at all. I'll tell you what people care about. They care about money. If I had won the lottery, if I had won the Powerball or something, that would be the only way people would uh, be nice to me. Yeah. That's it. It's just greed. Looking at the social media thing on YouTube, it's like everyone is dooming. They're all saying how it's the end of the world, and man, I see Satanism, devil worship, this type of thing with in the Grammys, in hip hop. Um, and it's interesting to see that. Like, when I was a kid, there's Motley Crue is having silver pentagrams spinning up on the video, and I'm like, really? These idiots are worshiping the devil? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's funny to me. Uh, I always look at it like people hate the church. How could you hate God? You can't. But the church, I get it. I understand that because that's not divine. That's man. It's organized religion. It's an entity that is it's not divine, you know. And I always thought it was important to keep those things parallel, but I don't prescribe to any of that 666 with the making faces and the none of that is appealing, cool, funny, or anything. It's I mean, maybe I'm like the Jack Black level with the Pick of Destiny, like that type of thing, where they've got some guy, Dave Grohl, is dressed up as in a goat suit or something. You know that maybe I might have snickered at that. So I got to be honest, but really, that whole thing to me is just it's really really bad. And another one of the things, I participate in this hobby of making music, but I do instrumental music. I'm not glorifying anything other than uh, the beauty and joy of music. You know, so it's like Madonna being doing what she's doing. I don't want to comment on any of that. It's so obvious and like low hanging fruit to even talk about any of this. But within me getting older, aging gracefully, getting rid of my bad habits, and saving myself or becoming a better human being, whatever you want to call it. I want to be real clear about which side of the fence I'm on. And then also, there's this thing of pride that is really a trick bag because you don't know, I don't think. Maybe it is that you do know a little bit, but you can't control yourself when you're acting like that, when you're being proud and you really shouldn't. It's almost like you're lying to yourself. But that's something I really do need to work on. I don't want to be that way. I want to be humble, and there really is no room for that in the topsy turvy world of rock. You're not supposed to be humble. That's the last thing you're supposed to be. So please forgive me if I come off like I'm cocky and I know something that isn't easily learned. I don't want to come off like that. You know. At this point in my life, it would be nice to feel a little less pain and suffering. I've been sick for a while, and I'm just one of my friends passed away, and that whole thing was a whole nother can of worms where I just kind of felt bad about it. I can't imagine what they went through. Um, but I did make a good decision in kicking my bad habits to the curb. If you knew me 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you'd know I was a different person and I carried around a lot more baggage. And I've been able to whittle that down, I because it had me. I was hooked really badly with the weed, with the alcohol, and the tobacco. I was I was hooked. I could not imagine my existence going an hour without two out of three of those. So it's been a year. Yesterday was the actual anniversary. I wanted to acknowledge that for my own sake. Um, Yesterday I had really intense pain in the right, my upper torso, and I would have been unable to make this video. I didn't even think of it yesterday. I realized it today. And it's not as bad today. Hopefully this will just whittle itself down and go away, and I won't have to make a big deal out of it, but um, I have to I have to make a big deal out of it and say, okay, you did it. It's a year, and you're going to keep doing that. You made the right decision. You did good. So that's why I'm making this video, is just to reaffirm that I made a good choice. I made the healthy choice. It was the opposite of selfish. Like, it would have been selfish for me to continue. So through all of that, I'm trying to um, stimulate some sense of self reward or worth, because you won't get it from anybody else. You don't get ticker tape parade for not doing something you weren't supposed to do in the first place. That being said, if you're struggling, or if you know that you're not doing well because something has got the best of you, you can do it. Everybody's different. You might need to get help. For me, it was more about timing and making the decision with enough intent behind it to really want it. And that worked. All of them are different, though. All three substances are different. And the stuff that's out there now, the fentanyl and xylazine, this stuff. I don't know. I don't know what to say about any of that. Get help. So it's times have changed, and you're going to want to have that talk with your kids because it's not like it used to be. So thank you for joining me on this one. Um, hug your pets. Stay tuned because Petey Two Fingers Tender Moments is going to be dropping on Valentine's Day. And you're going to want to check that out. Peace.